Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shay Renee, and I will be reading and reacting to Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit.com. Am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? My I-55 female have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63 male, for 4 years. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my views that all children are innocent really tied my hands because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. Ma'am, I already don't like you. Already don't like you. Really don't. She has blamed me for that ever since and keeps referring to this one time where the kid at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to depression. Part, not all, of my response was telling her to take a shower and I bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension from the ringleader. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was the kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I molded a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She is a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in capism. So she get annoyed if she was sitting eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me and my daughter and complaining that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry and there were a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her and it's hard to be around her all day. Said she was a walking temptation and said that's why he's been avoiding sex with me. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house. So I gave my daughter's money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize the college emergency financial and house resources that have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media using it to paint me as a villain of all villains. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway since my ex is unemployed and we have a substantial debt. We are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation. I don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether to stay or not. Am I the asshole? First and foremost, what is it with everybody in processing? If you go watch my other video, the same guy was in some bull. He said, I just needed the time to process. What is there to process? I'm not a man. I'm not a man. So this I don't understand. Bars. No bars. I'm not a man. I don't get it. What I do know is, I don't know. I don't understand. I think you're the asshole, Mom. I think you're the asshole. You're 55 years old. Your 63-year-old husband, which that's not a huge age gap, but your 63-year-old husband said that he's sexually attracted to your 23-year-old daughter, because she's grown. He's sexually attracted to your 23-year-old child. Let me make sure she's 23. She's 23 years old. Your daughter has voiced that she is an introvert and she prefers to do things alone. She prefers to eat alone. She just prefers to be alone in her creative spaces. And those notions have been ignored, because when she says that this is what she wants, he continues to sit across the table from her while she's eating or whatever, just be in her space, and she just gets up and leaves. Now you're telling me that on one Tuesday afternoon, this man decided to come out and say that the reason that I have not been having sex with you lately is because I am attracted to your daughter, who is his stepchild. And your thought of resolution was to have your daughter use her college fund to stay at a hotel until you figure out if you are going to stay or leave this individual. And you decided to get on Reddit.com and ask the people of the United States of America whether or not you are the asshole. Who the actual hell do you think we would say the asshole is? Who? The only thing that helps you the slightest, and I mean the slightest, ma'am, is the fact that that girl is 23 years old. Because if she was anything under the age of 18, people would be telling you should be in jail. But because she is a grown-ass woman, people probably won't chew you up. I don't get it. Anyway, we're going to go to the comments. I think you're the asshole. I don't think it's nothing to think about. I don't think you should think about whether or not you should stay in this marriage. At the end of the day, it's one thing for a man to have a wandering eye, but to have a wandering eye towards your child is low-key nasty. And will you ever even feel comfortable laying down and opening yourself up to a man who could potentially be thinking about your child? Your kid. Nasty. Let's read the comments, shall we? You're the asshole. I have a hard time believing that her dad just came... Wait, what? Oh, her disorder just came from seeing you and your ex fight. Disorder stems from repeated trauma before the ages of 9-ish. First of all, I get what you're trying to say. You're not a therapist, whatever. Anyway, you're punishing your daughter for your husband being inappropriate. Kick him out of the house while you figure things out. That's what I'm saying. If anybody has to leave, it should be him. He's the one that has the attraction. Your daughter be staying to herself. Why is she getting kicked out? Talking about use your college fund to pay for the hotel. Now I gotta use my college fund to pay for the hotel. Also, why even mention her daughter's mental health when the problem is her stepdad wanting to fuck her? No, for real. She's trying to, I don't know what that word says. We have a complicated relationship. My daughter is difficult. Argument to distract from the fact that the husband is a creep and she still won't choose her daughter. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's literally what it is. And the crazy thing is I peeped it and didn't peep it. Because you tried to paint a picture of your daughter to make it seem like, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what happened. And because this is what I'm dealing with, I don't know what to do. You, ma'am, are trash. You're trash. Kick the husband out who can't keep his eyes and penis to himself. Seriously. Absolutely not. His shit shouldn't be carefully packed and moved. It needs to be thrown into the front yard and set aflame. I feel so bad for that young girl. You're a terrible mother. You failed to protect her. And you're doing it again. No wonder why she has issues. What should have happened is that you sent that douchebag husband of yours packing. It's your home. Assure your husband that you'll protect her. Yeah, man, there's not one part of this that makes you right. You're actually horrible, and you should have. This is something that you should have actually kept to yourself. You should not have got on Beyonce's internet telling us anything, because this was ridiculous. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for coming back to my channel and just being here with me. If you liked what you saw, please don't be afraid to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below on what you thought of these situations. Let me know if you thought they were the asshole, if you thought they weren't the asshole, if you thought I was the asshole. I'm cool with it though. But yeah, that's my channel. That's all I got for you today. My name is Shay Renee. I'll see you next week. Bye.